Are you short on time? Join us online. In this edition of the Augusta University Writing Center's online tutorials, we'll go over how to cite a web page or web article in APA style 7th edition. Remember, the American Psychological Association introduced the 7th edition of APA style in 2019, and most colleges and schools will be using the 7th edition from 2020 on. Make sure you're using guides that focus on the 7th, not the 6th edition of APA style. So how do I cite a web page or article in APA style? Here we have a basic template for citing web pages and/or web articles. APA style always begins with the author. Include last names followed by initials. The date always comes next in parentheses. For web sources, you will include the year as well as the month and day of publication. These additional details are required since web sources frequently change and may be republished several times. After the date, include the full title of the web page or web article in sentence case and italics. Then comes the name of the host site, publication, or publisher in title case standard font. The final component of your citation will be the URL where you retrieved your web page or web article. There are a lot of small details within citation styles, and APA is no different. Overall, make sure you pay attention to font styles and punctuation. For a web page or article, include up to 20 authors if they are listed on the text. If you have more than 20, list the first 19, followed by an ellipsis, followed by the final author. If a web page or article does not have an author listed, use the organization or person responsible for the host site in the author position. You can often find this information in the fine print of the page at the very bottom next to the copyright symbol. In the date position, include the year, month, and day. Use italics and sentence case for web page and/or web article titles. This means only the first word, proper nouns, and the first word after a colon or other punctuation, such as periods, question marks, or em dashes, will be capitalized. The host site, publication, or publisher, on the other hand, uses title case, meaning you capitalize all major words. Easy, right? So, let's look at an example. Here we have our authors in the author position. Notice we have their last names and initials, and we have an ampersand before the final author. In our date position, we have not only the year, but also the month and day of publication. Also notice the italicized font and capitalization for web page titles. We use standard font and title case for the host site. Finally, we end with our live link URL. And voila, it's magic. Now you know how to cite a web page or web article in APA style 7th edition.